what is it? October 8th, 2025 for the recording, 12 years down the road, maybe. How's everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday, Dave, Nancy, Alan, Roger, Tommy. Hey, Donna, good morning. Julie, Raleigh, Joe, Gold, Mike, Rod, Sharon, Chip, Roger again, Roasted. Sunny, good morning, everyone. Good morning here. I've always got to click a couple little buttons here. Bear with me. Won't take but a second. I think we've got some nice charts to look at for whatever that's worth for you. So we'll see what happens. Hey, good morning, Coach. Hey, I want to say a great big thank you for everybody that watches us right here in the room, the members. I can't thank you enough. For those that are on social media and watching us live, thank you very much. I absolutely appreciate that. And if you like it, please subscribe and like to our services on social media. I don't know, is that upside down for you guys? Because I can see it back and it looks upside down, but I can't, anyway. Like and subscribe. The social media, I'm not lying to you, it's hard to break into, and that is the place to go. I know some people don't dig social media, but unfortunately, that is the place to go. Okay, so we're trying to break into it big time, and I could sure could use your likes and subscribes. All right, thanks everybody. All right, so let's take a look at the market right here. SPY. Oh, yeah. Thank you to Doug for covering for me yesterday. It's that once a month day that I don't have a choice. I've got to be gone. I'll talk more later if you want, if you have questions. And so thank you very much, Doug, for doing that. It was Doug from Right Way Options, by the way, for those that don't know. Hey, Vernon, good morning. Glad to have you there. So here's the SPY. And I did a video last night. Posted out there on YouTube and on social media. Big bearish engulf here. We've got a doji and we've got a tall wick up here is what we got. That's not really a shooting star. It might have been a shooting star on this day, and possibly, the next day we could have hollered shooting star. That's just a long wick is all that is now. And then we've got a doji here and this bearish engulf. Look, there is no way you can make that pretty. It's just not. The savior to it is there's no follow through yet, and which could easily come. Okay. This area right here is where I think a lot of people get frustrated, confused, and losing a lot of money, because what'll happen is you'll get these little bullish impulses up. You'll get bullish, and then those impulses will fizzle out, and then you'll get those bearish impulses, and they might fizzle out, and you're sitting here trying to chase everything. All right, let me say that again. You're sitting here trying to chase everything. Well, the thing of it is don't chase. That falls under that category. Doctor, my arm hurts when I raise it upside down. The best doctor in the world would say, well, stop raising it, up over your head, not upside down, over your head. So just don't chase, let it confirm. So what would be confirming? Well, right now, if we could break out of that bearish engulf, that would confirm some bullish attitude. If we start to break down below that bearish engulf, and I'm going to put it right here at the lows because that's below the T line, then that would confirm a bearish attitude. And if we get a bearish attitude, it is very real that we get down here to 658 or maybe 662. Very, very real that could happen. Now, we're still going to have to break down through the trend indicator. One thing about yesterday, is price still remained above the 8 EMA, the black line, and the 8 EMA remains above the trend indicator. Let's go look at a 60-minute chart over here. And if we start to fail, and in the 60-minute chart, I guess everybody can see that little head and shoulders trying to make something of itself. I'm going to call that the whole thing the head, a two-headed monster. How's that? That's not a head and shoulders. That's a two-headed monster. So if we do fail in here, We could easily come down and tag those areas down there, 660.240 and 658.50. And notice that's where our dotted deuce line is, and that's also where the 200 period moving average is. It's not like I make all this stuff up. The dotted deuce is something I've traded with for a long, long time, and it's extremely useful. Well, if we just extend, we're at that blue line right there, all the way over, you can see there how it just gets on the tops of those candles right in there, the bottoms right there. And you can see that that's some sort of support activity that's trying to be built. That's where the buyers and the sellers are battling for control over price. So it works out quite well. It really does. So anyway, we really need to be a little cautious with the market. If we take a look at T2123, you can see the sellers just is beaten up all over that T2123 indicator here. Definitely on the seller side, which means to me, from my personal trading, be a little careful taking longs. And because we haven't turned in the SPY, be a little careful taking shorts, okay? So a little cautious there. You can see the VIX is moving up, and the VIX is moving up in a bullish manner. You can see we have this low here. We've made a high. We've pulled back, made a higher low, and now we're in the process of making a high. And you can see that we've actually broken out if we connect this dot and this dot up here, the two tops of those candles, you can see we're breaking out. So the VIX is going in the wrong way to be long, and T21 is going the wrong way to be long as well. And because of the chart up here, I'm not convinced that we're 100% bearish. Let's come over here and look at the Qs real quick. See, Qs are still hanging on. One thing about this market is extremely resilient. It is very resilient. We've got earnings coming up. Oh, don't forget about earnings, okay? Earnings are just coming, and the rumor is the earnings are going to be pretty good, okay? So we'll have to monitor that. If the earnings are good, and the whole AI push is not over, I don't believe it is. So if AI wants to push us up here, okay, fine. Who are we to argue with that? And so watch that. So very resilient, all right? I've got some charts here. We'll take a look at them. Oops, I don't think that's it. Sorry, I turned the page earlier. Looking for a note. There they are. Again, thanks for bearing with us, and thank you very much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. So let's take a look at some GSK. You know, there's pretty charts out there, and there's just pretty charts out there. Isn't that a pretty chart? I mean, look at that. That is just, I think that is, it's just clean as a whistle. We simply rise on some whales buying it. That's whales buying it right there. And then there's profit taking. And now look at us starting to come up. We've got ourselves a nice 3-8 trap, maybe even a 3-8 trap breakout. There's a couple targets for everybody if you're interested in targets, you know, around that 44.70, 45.50. Then we get up here 46.25, and then we'll call that 47 up there. But GSK looks absolutely perfect. Since we're here, we might as well go look at PFE as well. That's also looking quite well. And you got to love it. I do. I love these type of charts that gap, move strong. I guess maybe they don't have to gap, but a gap tends to come with them. Basically, you're looking for strong moves up. I think I have to sneeze. Sorry, had way too much to get turned off. Couldn't have done it. So up we go, and then here we pull back. And I love the whole T-line, the entry around this area. And let me show you another area that I like for entry as well. So this would be entry 1. And the other entry I would like is down here around the trend indicator like that. So I'd be looking for the same reversal type setup. So down, I want to see the bull step in. Down, I want to see the bull step in. And those are the trades I'm looking for. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Take a look at QUBT. There we go, QUBT. Doing the same thing. See how we're up and here we're pulling back. Buyers stepping in. Watch for this one to move up. That's a nice chart. LAC, I've got that one marked. Haven't looked at some of these this morning. Yeah, LAC, that was a big mover for a lot of our members in the room. They were some folks in the room that made big money on this LAC move. Well, here it is pulling back now. It just might be getting in that neighborhood for another buy up. I personally would like it a little closer to the T line, but hey, who am I to argue with price? If that is going to be the low, so be it. Watch that buy signal, whatever turns you on for a buy, whatever trips your trigger, a buy here, and then watch for it to break out. And there's going to be traders of all sorts. Okay, there's clearly traders already in it, that's for sure. There'll be traders that maybe will put an alert at that level there. There'll be traders that put an alert up here. The whole thing is all of us traders are trying to buy this in pretty much that area. And then what we're looking for, let's see here. I like that bubble better than I like a square. Don't you? Everybody is looking for this to move higher. And right there would be the next target up, about 1250 up here. So, like I say, you negotiate a price and you realize you're only negotiating with yourself. That's it. You're not negotiating with me. You're not negotiating with moneymakers, although everybody and their brother blames the moneymakers. Them poor fellows and gals, man, they've done nothing wrong to you, but they get blamed for everything. You are only negotiating against yourself. Think about that. To buy this and then profit into strength. Kevin and Roasted here in the room are talking about Telray. It looks like it's trying to move higher. This is one I'm in, but please keep in mind, as Roasted points out to us, it has earnings on Friday. So maybe you're an earnings trader. Maybe you don't mind. Maybe you do. Either be there or don't, but don't be surprised. Okay. There's no reason to be surprised now. You know about it. So thank you, by the way. Here's a chart that if I don't get in today, well, somebody in our room just needs to throw an egg at me or something. I need to get in this one today. Open, OPEN. I think it's a beautiful looking chart here. I think it's got lots of upside to it. Could really do my account well, and I'm looking forward to it. Kathy, you're in Open. Yeah, if I don't get into Open, somebody needs to call me up and call me a bonehead or something. Take a look at Keg. Take a look at Keg here. That's working out very well. Keg's headed higher. Nice little breakout over these highs over here on the left. Breakout, pulling back. I love those PBO moves. PBO stands for pullback opportunity for those that don't know. That's looking fantastic here, okay? Let's not forget about our old friend AI. AI is down here, and AI is setting up. It's just a matter of, again, you're negotiating with yourself. Negotiate where you want your entry. Negotiate how you see an entry, okay? So keep an eye on that AI. What else? Oh, Fig. Fig is look at Fig. We talked about Fig yesterday, I believe, and here's Fig trying to move up. I see all this up here as targets. So looking at this, it's once again, negotiate your own entry. Negotiate your entry, right? Sophie, let's go look at Sophie real quick. I'm holding Sophie. That's up pretty good now. That's looking good. Looks like we might try to take off and move toward that other green bar up here. 1, 2, this will be 3 days maybe. So we might get a little soft in here, especially if it runs up and touches that. It might get a little soft and want to rest a little bit. So let's keep an eye on Sophie. Okay. Hey, Daniel, good morning. Hey, Daryl, good morning. Holy cow, Daryl, seriously? Good morning. Coming to you live at 30,000 feet, traveling back home from Toronto. Whoa. So here's Daryl. Daryl's one of our members, by the way, and he's flying high, 30,000 feet, traveling and live right here. Now that is cool. That is cool. Way to go. Thanks for sharing that. Hey, Mike, you want to take a look at XLE? Yeah. Yeah, XLE is viable. Here we've broken out of this wedge right here. You know, probably horrible colors for that, isn't it? We've broken out of that wedge. You can clearly see that we're in an uptrend. In fact, you could come way over here and, you know, you can clearly see we're in an uptrend here. We're just doing that little, it looks to me like what's going on here is we're making these little rises, you know, rise and back, rise and back, rise and back, rise and back, kind of a slow little grind uphill. So that's looking pretty good. Something that looks kind of, it keeps sticking out at me, I keep seeing it, is the fact that we have a top here, we have a top here, we broke out and pulled back. So maybe that 90 area, 90.50 is a little bit important, would make a great target, and over it would make a great launch pad. So XLE, yeah, we ought to keep a outlook on that. That's also a great chart to keep in mind. If it pops up, we want to go look at some energy charts as well. Okay. And then Telray, yeah, that's moving up. Telray there. Let's see. Anyone have anything else you want to look at? I've got a few. I mean, if you want to, I got it. I have this covered. Take a look at ACHA. Some of these, by the way, in the evenings when I'm not doing any kind of honeydew chores, or I'm just flat lazy sitting on my butt watching some TV show playing a guitar, I sit here and I'll post charts to our social media, Facebook, X. We actually have 2 Facebook accounts. One's the group. You have to ask to be invited. I'm sorry, you have to ask. Yeah, you have to ask to be invited, and then we'll get you invited. We'll get you in there. No problem there. You just have to answer a couple questions. And then a regular Facebook group. What else? And then don't forget YouTube. Okay. But anyway, I post these on the social media, and this is one that's posted there. So this ACHA, I think, is working out great. It's been a rounded bottom breakout. It's working by the numbers. We get where we break out over that 200 period moving average. 33 up here will be the next target. The circle there just represents, that's my playground that I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking to trade. Anywhere in this area, we can receive a buy signal, and it can be traded. Even if you're not in it right here, not to worry. Assuming it breaks out, I'll guarantee it'll pull back, make a very similar chart pattern. And if we miss this entry, we can always get this entry. Or maybe we like this entry better because this entry is under the 200, too close, and maybe you'd rather wait for it over. There's always something out there. You just have to know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, check somebody out here. Hit Run Candlesticks, Right Way Options, BYOB. They'll all help you. All right. Did I miss anything? Oh, Zebra. Take a look at Zebra here. A possible short. We've, ugly candle right in here. Here we were cruising up, really nice, ugly candle. And then it just got all kinds of sideways and just looks like it's just bleeding off. Blue ice failure here. We're failing the 200, failing the dotted deuce there. So let's keep Zebra on our short chart. Short. There we go. Short watch list. In case this market does roll over and we need to pick up some of those shorts. And if the market does roll over, another way to play it is the inverse ETFs. I'll be opening up my watch list for that today too. So, how about some AMPL? This is a short trade as well. Blue ice failure here, losing everything, just not working out so well. Yeah, and I'm looking over at my other chart, and yeah, not looking so good. So this may have a ride even all the way down to those lows of 780 down there. Okay, let's see if there's anything hopping and popping this morning that is just killer. Yeah, dang, look at that, RKLB. Mercy me. Only thing I can say was I was in it and I made some money. I didn't make that much money though. So here's what we need to do with RKLB. Right now, I think a little patience is deserved, and a big congratulations for anyone that's in it. Way to go. Make sure you collect some profits, or for it or anything, just at least put your stop in there and keep, protect any money in case this thing wants to come back down. So I think what we want to do now is wait for a pullback, wait for that setup. It will come. All right. It will come. And it may just be in this quadrant right here. I mean, that's all we might get. Let's see here. Make that arrow. A little pullback right here in this quadrant. That could be that's it. And then we just start bouncing in here. Start getting some of those green shoots. That might set up for an entry. And then we're off and running to the next run. So there's a very sweet run. We need a rest now, right? You need a run. You rest, grab an energy bar, a beer, and take off. And take off. Did I ever tell you guys about that? I knew a person that he jogged. He jogged from. He lived in an apartment. It wasn't me. Jogged from his apartment. Got the running uniform on and everything. The uniform. And he ran a couple 3 miles and ran down to the bar. They served breakfast down there, so he ran down to this bar. Got a big breakfast, 2 or 3 beers. He couldn't go in the bar without 2 or 3 beers. And called a taxi to bring him home. That's my kind of runner right there. All right. Hey, let's call it a morning here. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. I absolutely appreciate it. Check us out on social media. And please do click that like and subscribe button. It helps us out in the algorithm because it is a bitch to break into that social media. I'm not lying to you. It is insane. All righty. Take care, you guys. Thank you.